Hello, GMAN 3B. This is your Week 9 recap. I'm Rob Top, and I'm here with the ever fantastic Matt Cavelli.
Hello.
Hello, Matt. And we only have 6 games this week because Mad Frog has decided he's too good and wants everyone to catch up.
I think he's got a pre-booked holiday that he was going along with. I hope you've had a very, very good time, and we'll go through the implications of that concession win. Well, actually, you know what? Do we have any other further business to discuss in terms of?
We got big clips.
Let's steam straight into it. So we're going to go straight into the aftermath of the Supremacy versus Warriors game. Obviously, as a default win, this becomes a 1-0 victory for the Warriors. We're going to take a quick look at how the Supremacy has changed. Spoilers, it hasn't. Other than Tremor getting cleared of this MNG. Also, one thing I will note, if you go on the ReBBL site, I did actually have to manipulate the right-hand side here that I took it because it wasn't showing the injuries correctly. I went into the ReBBL client and that was all fine. So I think there was just some kind of issue with the ReBBL.net when I was getting the stuff. So just a heads up if you go on there and you see some things you don't suspect. I've noticed it too. So in terms of as we've seen, Supremacy, great team. We'll see if they're still at the top. We'll see if they're still at the top at the end of the show. But they are now back at full strength. The Warriors have had. I realise I should have gone through and saw what level ups were made, but we will do it in real time. I do not think these have been applied, or I don't think there were any level ups that are able to get through. I can't see any either. So, but it's a nice bit of extra SPP. It may well
and cash in it. And cash.
Oh yeah, and cash. Just looking at the values here, I didn't see where the MVPs were, unfortunately, but I can only speak to the state of the team as it is, and that is the state of the team as it is. In terms of games that were actually viewed, it's now me first because we missed the first match. So what I had a look at was Grimtail versus Altdorf Acrobata. And so let's have a quick look at that. The Grim came in at 1890 versus 1740 TV for Altdorf Acrobata. The Nurgle, that's the Grim, taking +1 fame, and Altdorf taking 2 mercenary linemen, hoping to absorb all of that horrible, vicious blocks on some people that don't matter. So let's see if it worked for them, shall we? As we can see, starting off with the kick is Altdorf Acrobata. A riot immediately has both teams losing a turn. An interesting bounce, and we'll see that the Nurgle were able to retrieve it. I love this lovely little blitz here. Gets the POW. Just leaping Kislev linemen are so strong if you build them as Boarhawks. And we do start to see the ball go free midway through the big push, and tentacles working there, and just able to get a little bit more support going on around the ball. After the ball is freed, we are also then able to go around and pick it up with another one of these leaping lads. And here's a thing that I love. Just bang. Immediately throws it. Just have fun, Rot Boys.
Nurgle, that powerful move against Nurgle.
Great move. They were able to get someone back, but weren't able to recover. And once again, bam. Beep. Oop. Oh no. But then able to make it look easy. Goes 1-0 up, breaking the drive. And it is quite tricky for the Nurgle to equalise from that position. Let's see how they do. They clear up some space, as you can see, on the left-hand side of the pitch. An unfortunate Negatrait from the Beast of Nurgle doesn't help, but they are able to get relatively close. Not in time for a counter blitz, though. And boom, pushed backwards, just putting that bit of extra danger on trying to get that score here. We do see one of those tackle zones getting cleared on the ball carrier. Frees up some other people as well, though. The pylon does no additional damage. We try and clear those other tackle zones as well, best we can. And let's see what the Nurgle have got. Bit of a passing play, not the usual thing, but we do. People forget Rotters are still AV free. If you can leave them parked near the end zone, they can run at home. So that's always good to see. Now,
Was that a
that was a
touchdown
touchdown from Nurgle. Yeah, very good. And we do see Acrobata doing what the Kislev do and getting a nice little sideline screen going on. That's difficult for the for Nurgle to get through. They do try and get some tackle zones on it, but a blitz from the Kislev, all they need is one leap, and there might have been a go for it as well, but they'll just jump on through. Kislev are very good at scoring whenever they like.
Coach Cole would have sort of like, realised that he can't qualify and had been playing a little bit more loosely and more aggressive.
Suited him, yeah. Playing Kislev aggressive. They might be. We see John Luca badly hurt, but that's fine. But it does, once again, a quick counter score from the Nurgle, taking it 2-2 with 4 turns to go. This is very much in the wheelhouse of the Kislev. It is not beyond the wit of man to 2-turn touchdown with Kislev. So this is, we do see an injury from the Beast of Nurgle as we see that ball being kept very, unfortunate there. Movement loss on that injury. We see a block there taking down the bear, and the last turn, as we've got, we saw the ball being kept back just far away from the Nurgle. Let's just free up a skull. That's fine. We've got oh dear. Bam!
Oh.
And it ends 2-2. It ends 2-2. Right there in the end, that's where we see that match finishing off. And still a good result. Strong result. Very nearly an outdoor victory. That was just an unfortunate dub skull there. Looking at things that have changed in this match, Ugly Duckling, the Beast of Nurgle, got a level up. And has taken guard, for once not getting a strength up. So, it does happen sometimes. And on the outdoor side, in terms of like injuries, so I'll touch on this. We're more or less, the ordering at the bottom is slightly different, but we're pretty much in the same situation we were at the start of the match, except some of our missing next games have come back. So once again, Grimtail back on full strength. For Outdorf, Mario comes back. Tony, of course, we saw take that injury, the movement bust on the wrestle lineman. That's not great. But in terms of level ups for the Kislev, number 3, Giorgio got one, taking Mighty Blow on the Blitzer. Certainly nice. Is going to help with that leveling up before block or wrestle, which is interesting. But and it's been kept actually. This was the movement busted Blitzer, which is interesting. Presumably now being kept, but who knows. And also Enzo, number 7, the catcher, who took Dauntless, being built as a sacker here, very powerful. And Dauntless is good. Strip the ball, presumably the next one on the line there. And good to see. A strong draw. The Kislev take a few seasons to come good, and it seems like Altdorf Acrobata are coming good. And I think you picked up on something important there, that Coach Call playing aggressive, I think is certainly doing the business.
Yeah, definitely. He's just like trying to score as quick as he can, and I think that's one of the things Kislev are good at. And then it's giving him more time to counter score basically.
Yeah, it was unlucky to have not won that match 3-2, unfortunately. Not to cast aspersions on Grimtail. They defended well. They did remarkably quick touchdowns for a Nurgle side. But as you saw, it was a dub skull. No. There were some other dice to roll as well. I possibly might have pushed a little bit earlier, but it is what it is.
And Grimtail were big favourites for that
draw
game.
There, I think is great. But what's up next? I think it's a match you had a chance to watch.
Yeah,
we're doing Haikus versus Gobs.
Sorry, I've lost my place. Haikus versus Gobs. What a game. Yeah, we got 21-20 Haikus against 1460 Goblins. So we got Ripper, Fungus, 3 Bribes, and a Wizard. So let's see how they get on. So one thing I'll note straight away is he's got the agility 5 goblin on the pitch. I think the plan is to score really quick to use up the bribes, and there you go, turn 2. Uh, the the orcs, they use a reroll on a go for it on the first turn, and then they got double skulls on their second. It's the start of their second turn, and then I thought, that's pretty tough on them. And as you'll see in a minute, they end up using all 3 rerolls in the first 3 turns. So it's just coming up in a sec. Bit unfortunate for them.
Bang! We do get to see his power.
I like attack and control because he's so good with controls. The thing with this game is there's strength 7, ball and chain. There's the chainsaw doing its thing straight away. And then you got Ripper, strength 6. So this is a really hard game. And this is the 3rd reroll he has to use up on a go for it. So, ouch. So you got the rest of the half with no rerolls. And the chainsaw is actually good for once in this game. He's only a stun. And then he finds himself failing an armor break and then getting whacked and injured. So as good as they are, he only lasted till turn 7. And it was a nice sort of controlled drive by the goblins. And we've seen this pogo many times this season do exactly
and the
what he's about to do.
The message is touchdown.
Yeah. So second half, we've got 1-1. Wizard, 2 ball and chains, 3 trolls on the pitch, and how can he not score in this drive? Pogo is still on the pitch with the ball, and
I did like that dodge because you hit your own person. That is,
yeah. And again,
this is,
and then he gets over to take the tackle zone off. Is
as
that the best move in ball and chain ever?
Kianda, my man.
So yeah, really impressed.
What?
And then he surfs one next. So it's just going the goblins' way. There's just, it's dream play from the goblins without a doubt. And then the ball and chains again in action. Now usually these ball and chains so defensively normally. But this time he's going in for a bit.
It's a start, right? So.
And look he was so lucky there. He pushed his own guy without an armor break. I think that would have been a turnover. And look at that, he just glides his way through and then just whacks the guy down again. And another injury. So yeah, he's got to be super happy with that. Wizard's still in hand. The weather's good. The trolls are behaving themselves. The orcs were actually being really clever. Actually, they weren't being too aggressive and trying to steam through, and they were timing it right. And that's an unfortunate dodge. He's got dodge as well. That guy that just missed there. So we've got 2 turns left. So lightning works. Lovely. Rough game for the orcs. So I'm showing quite a lot of these last turns because they're interesting. I'd have been tempted to hit that agility 5 goblin thing, but there you go. No one seems to ever hit that goblin. So the pogo leaps through or dodges through. He's going to dodge first of all. Dodge. He's just dodges all the way through. Lovely. Yeah, and he's got sprint and sure feet
fails though and snakes it.
Yeah. So the ball's really far away. It looks hard for the orcs to score in 2 turns here. So that was 2 go for it to pick the ball up. And a long throw to the goblin. Greedy reroll there in a way. But maybe he just really wanted that guy out of the way.
Or down, I guess.
Yeah. And it's going to be hard to stop that goblin scoring now. That's the one thing with the goblins, is they haven't got the tools to really, take players out when they get behind the lines. It's all relied on their strength
find the
and
power
their
there.
weapons. Unfortunate. Okay, how's he going to do it? I don't know how he's going to do it. This game's obviously going to end 1-1.
No.
Scary times.
No.
3 2+. That's rough, isn't it? Don't you think
rough.
that is rough? That is Snake Eyes go for it, one end of the pitch, and the Orcs two turn him. With a few lovely dice there, but the go for it's to pick it up and the pass and just everything about it. So we got a level up on Najorka. What is that? Shiki the second.
And he's taken stand firm.
So he got.
This is for the Juggernaut is interesting here. Like
as well.
Mighty Blow, guard, stand firm. Cool, that makes sense. For Juggernaut there, just gives some. It's interesting. I'm interested to see how that pans out.
Yeah, it's brilliant for surfing people, and it
course,
negates wrestling as well, doesn't it? So,
and of course they have lost Kazuhito II,
and we got a
down here at the bottom, no longer present on the right-hand side of the screen.
Good player to lose, isn't he?
Yeah, indeed.
Bit of a rough game for the Orcs, really. And Goblins. They obviously got the minus movement on the chainsaw. He's probably sacked, and he get another one of them. And Cultist 36 is dead. He's had a few cultists by the looks of it. But apart from that, they've done all right.
Indeed. And next up, we're going to go through a match I saw. This is the Proud Win versus Umvelt. So this is 15-10 for the Proud Win versus 13-80 for Umvelt. The Umvelt getting +1 fame and taking Babes and an Apothecary. So this is quite a defensive set of inducements. So let's see if it helped them out. This was a bit tricksy to clip because we've got two Amazon teams with similar kits. So forgive me if I get a bit of a mistake here. But yes, we certainly see a long kick going there. We see Umvelt coming in for this initial hit, and a block straight off. Sheryl Sandberg takes a niggling injury. And what I do love, we'll see the reroll if that helps. I loved the long dodge round and then the blitz over and then the leap back over. That was very funny to me. Once again, we now see oof, and that was a both down on the person blocking. So that is a turnover, unfortunately, and the first death that we saw on a rookie linewoman. Now following up the Proud Women and having got that turnover death, which is just gold for them, and I'm going to follow up with some blocks of their own. Not getting a knockback there, obviously. Dodge being a bit of a problem for this particular matchup if you do not have tackle. But we do see some blocks happening elsewhere. See if we can get a bit more traction going through. Bam! Ethel Haythornthwaite dead. But we do see one of the Apothecary used here as well. So we still have one Apothecary left, which is good because it's turn 3. You wouldn't want to be using up all of your additional Apothecaries too early in this game. That would... Oh! Marjory Stoneman Douglas is injured. Broken neck. So that is the second Apothecary gone down on turn 3. Not a great situation to be in for Umvelt here, but they are able to pass the ball back and start making a nice little breakaway here. Getting away from the Proud Women's defence. Go for it does require a reroll, and they do make it there. And another second one, risky.
And another one.
and the throw, but it is caught. So this is a nice piece of positioning there. We do get to see some counterplay against it, though, in the next turn, and they are able to go fishing for a POW and find it.
She was well open, wasn't she? Oh, that's fortunate.
And we see another bit of counterplay here. Go around the back to wrestle that free. A real fight over this ball. And we move back through, dodging through tackle zones to pick it up. And once again, this is a absolute game of hot potato, you could say, as everyone moves forward.
Diving tackle doing its thing. Gets a power, nice.
And another good bounce as they recover and just run back. We do see...
Unfouling each other. Oh my god.
That was rough. That was an extremely good play out. And that out after two apothecaries. Oh no, it's not good. And so yes, they get the score and we move into the second half. Absolutely brutal match. Just clearing a little bit of space, pushing back into that big block, which I like. That's nice. Good spatial awareness. Hey, and yes, that was the one that died before and got an apothecary used on her. And we do see an attempt to pass and get that through, which missed, unfortunately. But the ball is in a pretty fair position, and you can see from there, picking it up isn't as bad as you would hope. We are able to get... Oh, nope!
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it's just brutal. It just really is. And dancing all the way through with tackle. Lovely blitz choice. And we are able to just do a little bit of cleanup. Just nice discipline, just making sure in case anything goes wrong. And then... let's see if it goes... No!
There's some rotten dice in his game.
It's bad. And you could, for some reason the game didn't show the ball bouncing around, but it ends in the top left, where we attempt to get a pickup and once again get a failure. But right towards the end, we are able to get it, do a handoff to get it, a bold handoff to get it to where you wanted. And yeah, we're able to push through and get ourselves into a situation where we get the score. So... yeah, brutal match. Slightly less so for the Proud Women, although they did lose Sheryl Sandberg here at the bottom. Taylor Swift back for the next game. In terms of level ups, we got a few. Number 3, Emma Watson II, got a level up, taking guard on that blitzer, so blodge guard, that's good. And also Marlena Dietrich, number 5, gets kickoff return for the block. Sure hands accurate. Yeah,
fantastic.
It's great.
Skill. Yeah, really good. I like that. I've got that on one of my ads, women, and it's brilliant because they're so slow. It just gives you that valuable, movement just before the game starts. It's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good
so that's good to hear. Next up, Umvel.
Oh, we haven't gone. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no. Next up, Umvelt. It's yeah. So we've had May Brave, who that's a great player. F in chat. Naomi Klein taking an injury there, an MNG. Some other. I think I cleaned that up just about in time.
He's been
oh yeah, sorry. Ethel Haythornthwaite has been replaced as well. That was the other death, but that's been replaced with.
He's been beaten up a few times this season, and he's had a rough season.
It's rough, mate. That's a really good player to lose. A double as well. But unfortunately, that is Blood Bowl, and because I gave the matches to you in the incorrect order, we're now going to go back to the Hats versus Tunes, which is a match that you saw, I believe.
It is. So we've got Chaos Dwarves at 1530 that are getting Wizard and Babes against Tasty Tunes 1700 Underworld.
Let's have a look.
So it's a bit of a one-sided game anyway, let alone having a wizard as well. So the game kicks off, and one thing I noticed is I thought I filmed the first 3 hits because we've got pretty much Mighty Blow and Tackle on all 3 goblins. And let's see how this goes. Let's see if it's as rough as your Amazon game we've just seen. So 3 dice, gets a knockdown.
They're doing okay with stuns so far.
Yeah.
That was actually not even a break.
And another. Oh yeah, no, it was that one. And it was the story of the first half because they did a good job in hitting all the goblins, but they just weren't taking any of them out. And this was quite a nice defensive move to like bring it round and try to stop people getting a sack on the ball. But he just goes through tackle zones and gets a hit on the ball carrier and gets the ball down. This is turn 7, so it makes it really hard for them to get the first touchdown, which they do in turn 8. But yeah, he timed it really well. And the story of the first half, without a doubt, was Underworld were just pushing the Chorfs about with their claw, and the Goblins were surviving all the tackle hits. And then the second half, we got a little bit of a different story. Oh, this is turn 8, sorry. Surprised he put Chaos Dwarves on the line, especially with 2 Claw Mighty Blow, one of them's piling on. Yeah, a bit risky, but I suppose he needs the Hobgoblins as well. You're a bit of a Chaos coach. Do you put Chorfs on the line if there's tackle?
I've not been in that position specifically, but I think you get into the mindset that you put Chorfs on the line, and so perhaps potentially that's what's happened.
So one turn touchdown coming up, and really stupid troll.
Oh,
so he just runs back and passes it. So turn 9, he does the same again. Yeah, he puts Chorfs on the line. And
yeah, I probably wouldn't do it 2 times in a row.
Yeah. Only a KO. But he does a good job of taking the Chorfs out. And he does a good job of taking the Goblins out second half as well. Boom. So the Goblins, the Underworld, really struggled to try to break through the defence. It was just, running out of men, and everybody that tried breaking through was getting destroyed. And it took a long time to get rid of them Goblins, but once they started going, they were really going. And then the lightning bolt comes out. He's quite far away from the ball there, really, but you'll see from the play here that he does manage to get round, secure the ball, or put tackle zones on the ball. Chorfs cheating team now. Horrible cheating.
I hear the coaches are just the worst.
So yeah, I've shown a few clips at the end here because it is quite crucial, and it's a case of which team is going to get that ball and run away, because we know the Goblins can do it, and the Chorfs, if their Hobgoblins can get the ball, they're in touchdown distance. So yeah, look, they're both sort of tidying up after each other. They're both sort of putting tackle zones on the ball and then removing them. So one of them's going to end up breaking free. And on turn 14, is he away? He might be. So can the Underworld sort it out? Yes, they can. So it's just a big fight for the ball, as you can see, for about 4 or 5 turns in the second half.
Skull into Pow.
Reroll Pow. Lovely. Frees up the Goblin. Fortunately, the dodge fails.
Really is some back and forth play here.
He's got to run a long way around.
Oh no, short hands and agi 4. That was that snakes. Gutted.
No, it's a 2 and a 1. Turn 16.
Yeah, that big knee drop.
Turn 16. Ouch. And what is it? Oh, badly hurt. Okay, so now he's just trying to keep it respectable at just 1-0, I guess. So it's just a case of can he take the tackle zones off the ball? User the re-rolled already. I suppose the game's safe and it's just can he get the touchdown? Just roll the 6 and then the 5. And then
yeah,
5.
just all 6s. Like that's the secret, really.
Yeah. Yeah, just a bit one-sided, really. It was the first half where the claw wasn't doing anything. He was just pushing rather than getting hits on the blockers. If he could have done more damage the first half, I think it would have been a closer game. So we've got In Your Nuts getting a level up.
Oh, double so has gone for guard.
Do you like that?
Huh. We've got 3 guard already. I don't hate it. Yeah.
Okay.
I might have to think about it. I don't hate it immediately. Oh, we do get Mad Max 2 back as well, so back up to 2 ball centaurs for the next match, which has got to be...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he has only had 1 on that game. Yeah, and one of them got taken out really early, if I remember rightly, so I don't remember seeing the ball centaur in that second half. On the other side, we got just 2 dead goblins.
Yeah, 2 dead. 2 dead hobgoblins, but 4 dead heads, as they were both 2-headed goblins there. Korma maybe the tackle 2-headed lineman coming back from next match. Other than that, any level ups there? Okay.
No level ups in that thing.
So the last one that I'm going to be going through, yet there is still one more for you, was the Imperishable 4 at 1660 versus the Very Dead Corpses at 1960. VDC got the +1 fame on this, and the Khemri took a wizard, a bribe, and a babe. So, look, the last match I went through with you was pretty grim, but don't worry, I'm sure there's lots of regeneration in these next 2 teams. So I'm sure we've seen all the horrible players getting killed that we've got to see. Now the Khemri get the kick. Riot cancelled from the stadium there, all the way back there to that big pupper. What we see is the undead. The Necro just immediately getting an injury, a smashed collarbone on the skeleton, and we see a regeneration failure, which isn't great that early in the match. Countering up, we see a death on the Wrestle Zombie. Let's see how that... Okay, no, I'm sure it'll start getting better, don't worry. We did Necros take a push down here on the sideline, up against this Tomb Guardian block. Tomb Guardians are good people to put as a thing. You can usually rely on them to basically stay up and just not get into too much trouble. So I'm sure this will... Oh, okay. Well, yes, that's an injury. That's a smashed ankle and minus agility. Bam. We then immediately see an injury on the wolf from a lightning bolt.
Oh, wow.
Just smacked down. Only a badly hurt, but once again a regeneration failure as the ball is free. The Necro are able to recover it, though, unfortunately. Khemri weren't able to do so. And they do get this pass over onto the second white. We move the ghoul around to cover... to assist in this block, because, let's get some werewolf damage going on the way there. Only a stun. Oh. Still only a stun. And, yeah, the white can then take a dash down and go 1-0 up. Bang. We come here during the second half. Obviously, the Khemri drive. We see just an early zombie injury here. Of course, as we've said in the other league, regeneration is a fake skill. Double skulls into a pow as we see, bam, oof, this flesh golem just only badly hurt, but once again, regeneration failure. As we get a nice bit of break tackle around the side to put a little bit of damage on and free up this, or not damage, but to free up this Khemri Thro-Ra. You note that this is the remaining Thro-Ra. The previous really experienced one was unfortunately killed and a regeneration failure earlier in the season. We are able to get this white round to... is able to only get a 1 dice. Fend keeps him... Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. Yes, what we are now seeing is, well, recovery from the Khemri in terms of getting the ball, but down on players, making those... God bless you. God bless you.
I was going to say...
the Strength 4 Ghoul does come around, though, and this is... Strength 4 Ghouls are good. I know Sebstar's got one in when he moved to Divo, but like, yes, just into a push here. But Strength 4 Ghoul able to get around and to clean up that ball, and then just werewolf. Oh, I love that. What I love there was it was the reverse frenzy trap. So you frenzy into a 2 dice. It's very towards the end of the thing. We get 1 2 dice block on the ghoul. It's only oh wait.
Oh, oh.
No regen on him anyway. It was a brutal. They just couldn't push through and get any additional scores after that last one. But it was just an absolute just beating the crap out of each other situation. And yeah, looking at TI4, we did get some level ups. We had some people missing on the TI4 side of things. Unfortunately, the Feltu the Whisperer has become Feltu the Scared. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Like, the previous Feltus have not done well. And a little bit of turnover. 1, 2, sorry, go on. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sorry, he had 6 level ups, that guy.
It hurts. It hurts. There was some skeleton kind of churn going on as well. We replace a Hank for a Ken, or however that works out. And yeah, level ups though. There is some good news. Tutank the Tomb Guardian got a level up and got a movement boost. We also,
like, we've seen him do really well with that movement 5 Tomb Guardian, haven't we? So now he's got 2 of them. Keep the team.
Keep them going. Yeah, like
keep them going.
Yeah, it's rough. Like Femur Bone Splitters, really good. Like Anubis is good. Like your Tomb Guardians, you've got Tomb Guardians with block. You've got movement up ones. Like it's rough. It's rough, but it's like I don't think the team's dead yet. Anubis is now a proper killer. Guard piling on all this kind of stuff. So that's number 7. So that's the 3rd level up there. You know, yeah. Yes, Juggernaut.
I think you took to me. Yeah, Juggernaut.
Yes, Femur Blomstead number 6 and Anubis number 7. Sorry, that's my mistake. 2 ones I skipped over there. And yeah, it's 3 level ups. So you do that again, and you've replaced the 6 level ups you'd lost on Feltu the Whisperer, I guess. Oof. Anyway, speaking of oof, onto VDC. We had some. The wolves are okay. Like they always are. The ghoul, however, and the ghoul was a big threat. No longer around, unfortunately. I used to be Smeagol down and now replaced with sorry, Smeagol was better. Yes, indeed, Smeagol was better. I've got those the wrong way around. Please fire me, of course. The experienced zombie also getting churned there, but an absolute kicker of a game for the 2 of them. There's some level ups on this side as well. Number 3, Oswald the Old Bugger, getting a level up that doesn't appear to have been taken yet. And number 10, Mum told me to stay home. A wrestle on the Dirty Player, replacing Please Fire Me, who we have lost. Last up, we have the...
I'll tell you what, Mad Frog did a good thing missing this week by the looks of it. Everyone dying. I think we
Hey, you
saved
know
his
what?
team.
I haven't put two and two together. Like, obviously, I don't think this is a collusion or anything, but it's like, you know what? You might be onto something there. You might. He was against the Warriors as well. They ain't shy about doing damage.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, good time to go on
so
holiday.
yeah, last up I think was the Sit Down Boys versus Sabretooth Vag 3.0, which you got a chance to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sit Down Boys, 1520, a wizard and a loner, and Sabretooth Vag 3.0, a 1580, and they've just got a loner. So it looks like the Sit Down Boys splashed out some money to get the wizard. So let's see how it goes. Good start.
Is that all? Oh no, we got one. Okay.
Suppose
Two.
it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't get hit by a tree. I suppose that's quite interesting. So Elf BS versus Elf BS. That's what we're looking at in this game. And we're on turn 6 because not much was happening. The Pro Elves were screening off, and the Wood Elves were just sitting back and just slowly making their way forward, like with the tree pushing down the pitch.
Wow.
And look at that.
Slalom.
Just run through everyone. Yeah, he. I think he did an extra dodge he didn't need to do. I think he was just showing off a little bit there. So aggressive Andy is doing this stuff, and this was going to be a 2-turn. He left 2 turns for the Pro Elves, which I
Bold.
thought was a bit risky actually. But obviously, when you get a blitz kickoff, it doesn't matter too much, does it?
No, and yeah, sure feet to get under it as well.
Yeah.
Or sprint, possibly.
Yeah, the ball gets caught. And is he going to get put down? Of course, he is. And where's the ball going to go? Can the Pro Elves get the ball and score in their 2 turns? That's the big question.
That's handy. That very nearly went into the other half.
And a 1 on the pickup.
Yeah.
Got to be rolled out, surely, yeah.
Fluoride making it look easy.
Yeah, like he does. And then it's just a case of just trying to screen off a little bit of a sideline cage there and hope the War Dancer doesn't leap in and push you off the pitch. Oh, he's sidestepped, so he can't do that. So would he be able to stop him? That's the big question. Putting a line of 4 men helps, doesn't it? And putting tackle on the ball carrier helps as well. Not impossible, but he's made it very difficult. That's really, really good defense from the Wood Elves there. So he's forcing him to basically run through tackle zones. It's 2 tackle zones and 3 tackle zones he's got to run through. So can he do it?
Just roll 6s.
That's the big question.
Tackle's not enough. But no rerolls. No rerolls. Unfortunate.
So that's just what you want to see, isn't it? Second half. Have a bye beach. Interesting place, but they just basically pick it up and run back, so no problem there at all. And Max Torso, the 6th, is out of the game. And look at this. This is how you play Pro Elves. It's cheating. So he was basically right at the back of the pitch. Just a little hop over and run through. How can you defend against that?
It's tricky.
You can't, can you? Yeah, so an easy score. So he's got a wizard. And he's got 4 rerolls.
I thought we were done with the deaths.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like the Pro Elves with the wizard have the upper hand here. It's just a case of can they stop the Woodies just doing their rubbish, their nonsense, and steam through. So get all your men ready, and then use the wizard next turn, I think would be the plan. Got plenty of rerolls.
Boom.
So, is there a play? Oh, using the wizard at the end of the
Yes.
drive, which was different.
Not the typical way of using a wizard. I'm not sure what the advantage is there, because it presumably gives them a chance to recover it, right?
Yeah, I would. I think he knew that the Wood Elves were going to score, so he was just trying.
Oh, just one extra roll. Yeah, okay.
From like another pickup or make
Yeah,
him run back,
sure,
or whatever
I
he
get
was
you.
attempting there. But yeah. But it is a good, interesting game. Plenty of elf action, and a couple of injuries, and I go for it.
Spikes it down.
Works. Yeah, so good game. Yeah, I thought it'd be a higher scoring game, but they were sort of just testing each other out a little bit in the first half, and they didn't remove too many players in a way. So level ups, what did we get?
We are missing Max Torso. We saw him die at the end there.
Yeah, he's dead. Snide Mike, the war dancer's on his
yep, oops, sorry, I was on the wrong screen. So yeah, Snide Mike. Yep, Snide Mike has taken a sidestep. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Rare for a war dancer to be taking that so late.
So
but,
tackle, split ball. Yeah. Okay. And aggressive Andy got his first level
block.
Up. So he's taken block. It's coming back. He's building that team back up. I need that.
In terms of level ups for the sit down boys, doesn't look like they had any. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, no.
They have got Mr. No Reroll back for next game though, so that's going to be useful to have that Agi plus catcher in place.
He's a guy that gets beaten up every single game, and so he'll be back next week to get put on the Kaz bench.
Indeed. So let's take a look at the leaderboard now. We VDC with that win have taken themselves up to leading position over Mad Frog. Unfortunately, getting the loss there due to the concession, but still, as always. Very, very close matches. It's opening up a little bit as we go into the last 4 games of the season, but still not by much. We still have...
Is Mad Frog back for his game next week?
I don't recall, actually. As always, we're about to go into predictions. Okay. I think I remember seeing someone say they weren't around. I couldn't go back and find it. Obviously, any matches that just because we've not mentioned it here, any matches that are not played because of prior known concessions, won't be counted as part of the predictions. But in terms of the overall layout of the leaderboard, we're still like 16 points. Barzerk, the hat-tricks at the Challengers Cup cutoff. Warriors of Coney Island also on 16 points. Below them, Grimtail and the Haikus on 15. That's achingly close. That's nearly half the table in like within 1 point of a boundary. And behind that, it's now 5 points, but all the way down to 10, 10th position. That's 5 points away from the cutoff. That's still remarkably close. We are getting towards the end, so we're starting to see a little bit of spread, but still remarkably open.
Yeah, I can see the Wood Elves having a good run because they seem to be building themselves back up, and I can see them getting a few more wins under their belt. I can see them being maybe not playoffs, but Challengers Cup position.
And speaking of the predictions, we should probably have a look at... Right, now hang on a second.
See my little note for you.
Yeah, I saw this.
The reason I put that is because you had 2 more games than me this week, and I still outscored you, man. What
well, one I put Altdorf to win, and they unfortunately got that dub skull. And yeah, the sit downs versus Sabretooth. Yeah, I had that as a draw. Actually, if those had been reversed, I said this last week. If I'd got those the other way around, that would have been dead on. That would have been 6 points. But you know what? I'm gonna. There you go.
I got 3 points in the very last game, the Taste of Tunes game. So you was leading.
I did some like research as well. When I went back into when I saw the I went back to see who had done it. And look, all anonymous users. You almost got away with it had you not admitted it to me before we came on air. But I had worked it out because, as you can see, the change was made. It's like, who did it? An anonymous user, but the same person also made a number of predictions at the same time. So I had pieced it together. But we should quickly go through last week's predictions and who did well and who didn't. Who didn't do well? Me. Who did do well? Well, you didn't do great, to be honest. But Coach Cole had a good one. Mad Frog is chilling and relaxing. J-Can had an absolute stonker, 11 points. That's great. Yeah, Brainlord on 5, Clinic on 4, Kianda on 3. Not bad considering they also missed 2 of those matches. Barzerk on 6, Lerner on 4, Logic's on 7, the Dr. Nick on 6, Innovation on 5, and Philippa on 7. That's a good score.
Everyone done better than us.
Yeah. But one thing I will say...
Yeah, so... Mad Frog...
Sorry, go on.
Down the bottom. Yeah, I was going to say Mad Frog's taking my spot.
He's taking my spot. And I want to say props to J-Can, who has leapfrogged up to be in contention. The Dr. Nick still way out in front, but J-Can getting themselves into contention there. So very impressive. Well done to you. Look at next week's predictions. It looks like someone has gone way ahead of... Was it you that crossed this one out? In which case, someone's way ahead of us as well. Has been paying more attention. Whoever that was, thank you very much. In fact, let's. Yeah, it might have been Mad Frog. I could go back into the.
Yeah, he's put his own prediction.
Yeah, I could go back and have a look to see who did that. I'm not sure. It's not showing actually. That's a bit. This isn't particularly good video. If this one doesn't find it, I'll do some other stuff. No, I could work out who that was, but whoever it was, thank you very much. We should go on to the direct predictions though. First up, we've got TI4 versus the Warriors, a big old hoss fight. Now,
I didn't realise.
Yeah, normally I would have gone for a 2-1, but I knew they got beat up that bad, so I've gone for a 1-1 draw. I just think it's a rough one to slide into directly. Warriors, another team that likes to do a bit of damage, and it's just going to be... I don't think it'll be as rough as the last game, but I think it's just going to be a big hoss fight and just beating the crap out of each other and scoring on their own drive, I think.
Warriors have got a good chance of winning that. Yeah, I didn't realise TI4 got beaten up so much. So I'll be surprised if I get any points.
Next up, Sit Down Boys versus the Haikus. We've both gone the same. 2-1 for the Haikus, for the Orcs.
Orcs doing Orc stuff.
Yeah, they've just got an advantage on strength, and I think they're just coming off strong. I just think they've got a bit of momentum behind them. Sabretooth versus the Proud Women. We have done the same one again. 2-1 for the Proud Women. What's he thinking there?
Again, Sabretooth are building a strong team, but Proud Women are just so solid, aren't they? And they didn't lose that many players in their last match. They only lost one line woman. So I think the Proud Women just got too much guard. They got a bit of tackle on their team as well. And I think they'd just be too solid for
VDC versus the Hat-Tricks. I've gone 2-1 for the VDC. The movement and claw versus is block and guard and claw and bulls. I'm going to give the edge to the VDC, just about, but it's a tricky one. I can see why you went for a draw.
Yeah, I couldn't side on the winner, and I always chuck draws in. So yeah, good luck to both of you on that one.
Next up, Grimtail versus Trusting Gob. You've gone 2-0 for Grimtail. I've gone for 2-2.
Hey, I know Goblins against Nurgle is such a hard matchup for Goblins, so I don't rate them too much in this game.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Once he
He's
is a magician with him.
isn't he?
Once again, this is a heart more than a head call, which I say a lot, and also am very behind on the. I'm just. Is there a? There might be a link there. It doesn't matter. I think the goblins. The goblins have a situation, Trusted Gob, where the more it looks like they can't do it, the more it becomes likely that they do it. So I've gone for a draw here. Just quick counter scores, some throw teammate maybe. I can see them being a frustrating match for the Nurgle. I don't really have any basis for this. Kind of pulling it out of my ass, but something speaks to me.
It was so robbed against the Orcs, and I suppose it's a similar matchup, but he was just so robbed. That was so unlucky for him. So yeah. Fingers crossed the Goblins win. Sorry, Grim.
Yeah, Umwelt versus Supremacy looks like it's probably not happening. So we'll skip over that. And Tasty Tunes versus Altdorf. I've gone 2-1 for Altdorf. I think they got the taste of blood. Taste of blood in their Kislevite mouths.
And I've gone for a high scoring one. I think Coach Cole was just going for it, and I think he's just scoring early and hoping for the best. And I can just see there's been a bit of a touchdown.
Makes sense.
We shall see. Good luck, man. I hope you catch up on some points and get it interesting toward the end of the season, because it's got quite good now by as in who's doing the forfeit. So we shall see. 16 points ain't that much between us, really.
J-Can proved that it can be done. Cool. So I think that's everything.
Okay. So that's all from me. That's all, folks.
On the pitch.